Our third reading is taken from the post-synodal apostolic exhortation by Pope Francis, Querida Amazonia, to the beloved Amazon region, chapter 1, paragraphs 17 and 18. Yet even as we feel this healthy sense of indignation, we are reminded that it is possible to overcome the various colonizing mentalities and to build networks of solidarity and development. The challenge, in short, is to ensure a globalization in solidarity, a globalization without marginalization. Alternatives can be sought for sustainable herding and agriculture, sources of energy that do not pollute, dignified means of employment that do not entail the destruction of the natural environment and of cultures. At the same time, the indigenous peoples and the poor need to be given an education suited to developing their abilities and empowering them. These are the goals to which a genuine talent and shrewdness of political leaders should be directed. Not as a way of restoring the dead, the life taken from them, or even compensating the survivors of that carnage, but at least today to be authentically human. It is encouraging to remember that amid the grave excesses of the colonization of the Amazon region, so full of contradictions and suffering, many missionaries came to bring the gospel, leaving their homes and leading an austere and demanding life alongside those who were most defenseless. We know that not all of them were exemplary, yet the work of those who remained faithful to the gospel also inspired a legislation like the laws of the Indies, which defended the dignity of the indigenous peoples from violence against their peoples and territories. Since it was often the priests who protected the indigenous peoples from their plunderers and abusers, the missionaries recounted that they begged insistently that we not abandon them, and they extorted from us the promise that we would return. Today the Church can be no less committed. She is called to hear the plea of the Amazonian peoples and to exercise with transparency her prophetic mission. At the same time, since we cannot deny that the wheat was mixed with the tares, and that the missionaries did not always take the side of the oppressed, I express my shame, and once more I humbly ask forgiveness, not only for the offenses of the Church herself, but for the crimes committed against the native peoples during the so-called conquest of America, as well as for the terrible crimes that followed throughout the history of the Amazon region. I thank the members of the original peoples, and I repeat, your lives cry out. You are living memory of the mission that God has entrusted to us all, the protection of our common home. Here ends our third reading.